enjoy reading things by Dr. John Gottman, who has done so much research and really used science to diagnose problems in relationships. And what's fascinating is he has found that what makes relationships successful is when they have shared meaning. Now, those are his words, but I'm thinking, okay, that's shared destiny. I mean, we're talking about when you have a value system similar to who you're with and you keep connecting within that value system.
Yeah, when you're living a life together, you're on a journey. And if you're not going in the same direction, then eventually your life is going to begin to move in divergent paths. And a lot of times we try to make divorce and the end of marriage seem as if they're two bad people who are making a bad choice. But usually it's two people who are incredibly well-intentioned, that were absolutely sincere when they said until death do us part. And they don't even understand when everything began to unravel. Yes. But it's very hard to be connected to another human being when you're not even connected in your own soul to yourself and understand what's going on inside of you.
Because then you're not healthy. And I always say, if you're not healthy, the odds are you're going to be in attract another unhealthy person and have an unhealthy relationship.
And if I could maybe even interject a little bit on the spiritual dynamic of our lives. And I think the reason it's so important to understand these intrinsic cravings, our need for intimacy and for meaning and for destiny, is that it's an unfair burden to put on another human being to try to meet your need for unconditional love.
That's fabulous.
Okay, you have to say that again, because that is my little soapbox.
No, and
you hit it.
You know, and I know people oftentimes are uncomfortable with conversations about God or their own spirituality. But I know in my own marriage, if I had placed on my wife, Kim, the need to love me unconditionally, our marriage wouldn't make it. And if she had placed on me that responsibility to love her unconditionally, our marriage would not have made it.
It is too much pressure.
And the same thing's the same with meaning. If I say, you know, honey, you're going to bring all the meaning I need in life, or vice versa, you know, I'm going to provide all the meaning you need in life, we weren't really built to create and meet all those needs, right?
It's even more dysfunctional than that. We actually feel like we should provide all the meaning for that person. And if they don't find their...
Why? Because I'm someone, I went into marriage and I honestly thought it was my job to meet every need of my husband. And if I didn't, I wasn't a good wife.
Right. Well, some of it is our own dysfunction. Some of it's our ego need. Why can't I be everything you need? Well, because it's impossible. We don't really want to hear that.
And she has a lot of needs, too.
Well, and there's no doubt I was dysfunctional when I got married. So.
But even when you're looking at it in terms of our need for meaning, to make sense of life, my life, I'm filled with so many more questions than I am answers. And I'm constantly even questioning the things that I've believed in the past. And I tell people, look, if you want to be married to someone else, stay with your wife, because she's changing every day.
Okay,
that is great.
Yeah, okay. But you know, there's people listening. You're out there listening to this whole discussion about, you know, intimacy, meaning, destiny, and you're wondering kind of where you fit in. And what if they're listening, they say, this is interesting to me, I want to pursue this, and their partner's going, whatever, what are you, whacked? Turn this flipping TV show off. Where do you go with that when people are just really missing it?
Well, basically, welcome to real life.
Oh, there you go.
And it's very rare that two people are at the same place of engagement.
Right.
At the same time of their life. That's right. And so one person may be feeling, I really like this thing about needing to be connected and love and intimacy. The other person may be going, I need destiny. I need some kind of future and purpose. And you are in the same marriage, but you have very, very different driving cravings that are really heightened in your life. And I think that's where you have to be sensitive to the other person.
I was saying, give us some practicals, because there's millions of people who they're thinking a million different scenarios, but they're just saying, how can we get our roads to intersect?
Well, if you've messed up your marriage over 20 years, don't expect to fix it in 2 minutes. Yeah. And so I think some of it is that it's a process. It's a process about caring about the other person. So don't think about them as your wife or husband. Think about them as a person that you should value more than anyone else in the world. And ask yourself, how can I help that person begin to discover the dreams that they have? I mean, I've sat down with my wife, Kim, over coffee, and I said, what are the dreams inside of you that you've yet to live out? And how can I give my life to help you live those dreams out? I mean, you should have, if you're married, you should have one person who's in your life who's committed to help you live out your dreams.
Yes. And you know what? If you can fan the flames of the dreams and the connectedness in the life of your spouse, your partner, what an incredible thing to do. And find out exactly where that whole spiritual dimension is for you is a great thing to consider. Erwin, thank you for opening up our eyes. And you know what? You got to get these books. You stay with us, because we got more of The Bottom Line that's going to help you put the connection together even in a deeper way. Stay with us.